Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Oh, his suit was empty. Right. Where's the other suit? Oh, there's the suit. Atmos suit, sweep that one. Because they don't put them away. If the suit's lying on the ground, they don't put them away. They just dump them where they happen to get to. And then they leave it at that. Right, I got parallel automation is now done. I got that one and that one. Plus I got a ribbon writer and repeater in there. That's going to be quite useful for some things. Nothing that I'm doing at the moment, though. But, yeah, it will be. And why are you using a suit that doesn't have oxygen in it? Use the one that's got oxygen in it. Some of the things that these dupes do just makes no sense whatsoever. This lot are running around like lunatics. At least they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's working very nicely up there at the moment. And hopefully will continue to do so. We've got natural gas running through here. Two generators seem to be using it up faster than what I can do anything with, though. But, you know, that's fine. I got a little bit of natural gas accumulating in here. Not a lot, but there is a tiny bit that's sort of accumulating in there. We don't seem like that there isn't much natural gas being given off anywhere. And then you're just producing water. This is producing water in here and just kind of filling everything up in here with water. And, well, it'll just kind of stay like that. Because that's just a sealed unit in there now. I've got sleet wheat in here, which is growing, and there's various sleet wheat grains that are turning up. Same down through here, and then over in this side, I've still got some sleet wheat grains in here. That is actually unreachable. One bit in there. So I have got some sleet wheat grains in here. There's a bit of ice right there. If I was to dig that one off, that would allow these sleet wheat grains to be reachable. That would be rather great. This is now sealed, which means that the water coming in here, that's going well as well. This one here is not producing a lot. I can't sweep that. There's too much water in there, isn't there? See. Mop. Yeah, there's too much liquid for me to mop that lot up. Which is a bit of a shame. I'd like to be able to mop that up, but yeah, if I could mop it up, I could put it into there. This one, we're actually using this water up a lot faster than the water is coming into the pool now, which is a bit concerning. You are idle and you're erupting again, so, I mean, I've got the steam, it's coming through, and we are using steam, and, you know, the water's dropping down, and so on and so forth. Plus, I've got water supply over this side, and that's draining down through as well. But it's not draining down through quite as well as it could. So we will, if I go up there and I take that out, there's a whole load of water that can drain down. I've got more water over this side, and I can actually access that water by carefully going through and digging out some of these. I don't want to dig everything out, though. If I like that snow there, I don't want to dig that out. I want to dig out, like, that bit right there. If I dig a line over to there, and that one there, and then, see, we can get across, and we can then start letting some of this water out. And I dig that bit off. I've got a wheezewort up there. I'm going to dig that wheezewort off anyway. And allow that one to come down through. And then there's a whole load of water up here. Now, a lot of this, like, I've got little bits of trapped water, but there's not lots. But there's enough water in here, in places, that I think it's worth sort of doing some of this digging. Like that one. I'll dig that one there off. And that's going to open up, like, little, you know, some little bits of water. And that will flow this way. That then all flows down over here, and it comes down this way, and it comes all the way down through there, and then we can make use of it. I've also got more ice up in there, which is ultimately going to be more water. But overall, we need more water. I need more water coming. I'd like to be able to come into the base. Now, I've got water under here. There's a whole load of stuff that melted and sort of stayed in there. But this is our primary supply of water. I've got masses of the stuff in there. So maybe I need to, like, build a new pipe work coming out of there and move it around a bit. Oh, also, if I mop that lot in there, I'll let them mop that up before I do anything with it, and then I will, and also that bit. We'll mop that lot up. And they could do some mopping in there. And they could do some mopping in there. Like that. There and there. Right. Lots and lots of mopping all the way through. The reason I'm doing that is because then I can go and have them doing a bit of sweeping. And if I have them go through and sweep, they will move this water down over into this area. And we'll start getting some more water coming into here, which will be converted into steam and yada, yada, yada. You know how that works. So let's move up through here. That has now been done, so I can sweep that lot. Sweep all of that. Sweep in there. Sweep everything that I've got in there as well. That lot. All of that lot in there. Sweep all of it. This is mostly polluted water up here, so I'm going to leave that for now. When I might come back to some of it. So we could sweep a line up there. I'll leave it for a minute and I won't worry about it. This one up here, I'm happy with that. And we're starting to fill these suits up as well. Like, they've got some bits that they will come after. I'm gonna kind of just let it tick over for a bit. Let's go and have a look back into you. I've got bristleberries. Let's take some of those. And keep us going for a minute. Still a bit low on water over on the tank over here. I've got a lot of water now coming into here, which is going to convert into steam, and that is going to be used in there. We've got the digging errands. I haven't gone and done those yet. We just need to wait on that to happen. This bit up in here. I don't want anything coming into here now. I don't want dupes coming into here. I want that to just kind of stay unadulterated. So I'm actually going to go to that manual airlock there, and I'm going to lock that one. I'm going to set that to a permanent off position. You in here, this cool steam vent. Now, that's producing a nice lot of water for us, which is good and all. It's taking a minute to sort of run it through. So I'm thinking right now, because of the rate that I'm using up the water in here, that I need to get a little bit more added in. I've got a liquid vent there. We're going to have a look at the plumbing overlay, and that's running in from over here. That runs in from here, and it goes from that pump right there. That's the closest point. So I can take the pipe from here. Now that goes through that one. So what I could do is I could actually run it from there. Go in... No, I don't want to go under there. So I could take that one up a bit higher. And then run that one along here. Bridge over there. Bridge over there. No. Bridge over here. Go up to that point. Bridge. Now that's dirty water there. And that dirty water runs down this way, and that runs along here, and that comes out there and goes straight into the pool. So if I can connect into that dirty water line there, which is here, and is also here from the shower, that's where I need to connect in. I need to run a pipe up that line there, bridge over here, and connect in there, and then that's a direct feed into my pool. I'm coming out from that one. That's going to be... I'm going to have cleaned that water already. But then I've also got water in here. Now, this bit of water up here, this is a little bit different. I'm not quite sure how I want to do this. So, you in there. Get rid of that overlay a second. You are 4.5 cycles away from erupting. I think we want to go for, like, some sort of valve on that, don't we? If I can have a valve, I could, like, a liquid shutoff, connects to an automation grid to automatically turn liquid flow on or off. Now, I can't really put that in there because it gets so hot in there that the automation thing doesn't work. So that's not really an option for inside with the volcano there. Which means that I need to connect that. I need to have a liquid that controls the liquid volume permitted through the pipe. A liquid shutoff connects to... I mean, can I manually operate that? Automation grid. Pretty sure I can manually operate the thing as well, though. Sure. That would be the best option. You right here, liquid intake and liquid output. Valve controls the amount of liquid that moves through, preventing waste. Wait, we can try it with a liquid valve. Let's attempt this with a liquid valve. So I bring you up here. I just need to connect you into the wastewater on there. And that's not very difficult. I actually just need to bring it into this point. Right here. So I've got a liquid valve on there. If I was to put a liquid valve right there, just above that piece, that would be perfect. Right in there, that's where I want that liquid valve. Okay, so I will go base, ladder, and I'll run that one up there like that. I'm going to need to do a little bit of extra flooring. So I will do flooring with mesh tile over to there, and then I will just dig out that little bit down underneath there. Let them go through and do what they need to do on that for a second, and I can ignore that just for a bit while I go and have a look at these other things. Now, what are you doing? You've got no jobs lined up now, and here I got 1,975 kilos of glass right there, and then I got another 25 kilos of glass there in a heap on the floor. That's brilliant. This is now... I've got most of these suits charged up. I've got 4 of them that aren't, but that's actually working as I want it to. So I can now start building this up. And part of building this one up doesn't actually include doing that little bit out there at all. We'll get rid of that. Part of building this up means just going on up through there. Now, I've got a load of water in there. What's going to happen to that water? That's going to come down and into here, and it's going to go over that way. You can have it run out this way. Sort of go through there. And then it will run down there. It runs down here. It runs, and that basically just takes it all the way to the bottom. I know how that works. So all I need to do is dig out this. It does, you know what? I don't care about the salt water anymore. It does... Salt water does get filtered out. I think I'm going to wind up with salt water going into here. But I don't think that ends up becoming a problem anywhere in my system. I mean, maybe I do need to have something that... Like, if I have salt water going into here, I just get salt coming out. But what happens if I get salt water going into the toilets and stuff like that? Does it break it? A little bit concerned about that. Maybe I need to have... Let's just check. Right, plumbing in here. We've got... I've got... No, it's not under plumbing, is it? It's under utilities. Oil scrubber, oil well, thermo... No, it's not under there. Stations. Right, it's under refinement. You've got the desalinator right there. It's 480 watts to run. Pretty sure how this thing works. I don't have my... I've got little pockets of salt water in here. There's little tiny pockets. And I was thinking that all of this dirty water up here will end up sort of flushing down to the main base. Now, what will happen if the water breaks through in here? It'll come into this area here. And it will eventually run that way down here, and then it will spread out both sides. It will come down through the farms, and it's going to accumulate down here, and it's the whole base is going to get flooded. right? We're going to have quite a bit of flooding if we're not careful in here with everything that's going on at the moment. I have got a bit of a wall in there, so I've got a step so that I can maybe prevent this happening a little bit. It's very limited amounts of brine. What I was thinking is that I would let it run into here, but then I've got little bits of like brine in there. If I was to dig that through, all of this water could drain out. But I was thinking of using the water in here to go off to the main base. But if the brine is over this side, maybe that's not going to be a problem. I don't know. Right now, though, we won't worry about that. Right now, we won't worry about it. And what I will do is I will dig that there like that. I'll dig a couple more of them out like that. So I'll dig a little section there, and that's going to allow everything to run through. And then what I'll also do is I'll go into here, and I'll do a mesh tile. And I'll put a mesh tile on that one, which will allow any water to run down into here. And it does also allow gas to interchange between the two, but that's fine. I've got no gas, like, I don't need to have this as a sealed unit up at this point. I've already got plenty of people doing things up here anyway, so it's not really going to become an issue for us. At least I don't think it will. So at the moment, that should be okay. Now, in here, I've got a lack of steam. There's a lack of water going in here. I've got water being delivered, and that does sort of start to get turned into steam, and then it comes up. So that one works. It's just not on all the time. Like, you know, sometimes it's going well, and sometimes it's really, really not. I've got plenty of water here that I've requested to be swept. And I've got my digging errand here. Actually, we've already had someone come over and do a little bit of digging on here. Now, as for you, you're erupting soon. I've got, in this area here, it's carbon dioxide at the top. It's all carbon dioxide in there, but it should be low pressure. So then as soon as the steam erupts, which it's going to do in 5 sped up seconds, that, boom, there goes the steam, and that instantly rises up above the carbon dioxide that we got in here, and it keeps that steam turbine running. Right, that is good. That in there is now properly sealed how I want it to be, and we don't want anything changing in there at all. This here, this salt water, is going to slowly just, like, spread its way along over here and drain off down to the rest. We can generally ignore that, though. Yeah, I might be able to actually mop some of that. Too much liquid. Right, apparently I cannot mop it. And I cannot mop that. Can do a bit of mopping there, and they will come through and they'll start mopping, so they will mop up the salt water that is accumulating here, and that will help to keep that salt water not turning into salt water just here. There, excellent. Right, it's going to be a never-ending battle to mop the floor right there just for a bit. We've got another never-ending battle to mop the floor right here and over on this side as well, whilst they fight this salt just in here. Which is actually what I want them to do. I want them to fight that salt. I want them to get rid of the salt that is in there. All of that salt water, I want them to get rid, like, put all of that into bottles. The less of it that I've got in the system, the better. I think it's just going to ultimately end up sort of being easier for everything that we want to do. If I can keep that kind of out of harm's way. See, there, I got most of this through now. I can go and mop again in there. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I've gotten rid of all of the salt water further down. And I got a few more bits of salt water just further up. But, yeah, I got a little bit there and a little bit in there, just where extra has come through. We can get them to mop that up. And then they're backing up now and they're mopping up the rest of it. So that is That's absolutely wonderful. We've now got rid of the salt water. The other water that comes down is going to be polluted water, and we really don't need to concern ourselves with the polluted water being any kind of a problem in the base. So next on the list, let's go into the tiles. Right there, and I'm going to start taking this up. Now, this is going to be my kind of section up through here that's going to head off towards outer space. So it's sealed, that's why they're putting suits on down here, and I've already got a couple of doors down here, and I'll do more doors further up. I won't do any more at the moment. I'm actually just going to do, from here, I think, we will do a ladder straight up this side. That's going to go up that high like that. Plus, I'll also, beside the ladder, we'll do a fire pole as well. And I'll run that one down there like that. And I will... Well, that bit in there, I'm going to remove that bit of tile right in there. That tile right there, I will deconstruct that one. And then I'm going to put the floors in here, and we're going to go... I'm going to do regular tiles up through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in. 1, 2, 3, 4... Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, no, not you. You right there. I'll come back through and correct it in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Like that. Right, let's cancel that build. And then build again with the tile out that far. So you don't want to build it. I don't want to... Like, you can't put the base, the flooring over that bit. That doesn't work. And that bit out over to there. And then I can go with some digging. And I can dig out this section. This section. And there. And you. And that one is in the wrong place. You tell me that was in the wrong place. And we go to tile. 1. There. That's better. That's the right place. Up there. Okay. Don't know about this. Like, I mean, I've got that kind of section going up through there. I'll see. We'll let them build all the way up. I might change this round and kind of have it so that I'm alternating between all of them. Fire pole. Put another bit in there like that. So that they're having to wiggle around all the way up through. Takes them a little while to get up there, but ultimately I think it would be alright to go and do it like that. That piece now, I can break that one off. Deconstruct you. And that means that that water will then run down through here, go all the way along, and it will run out through there. I'm just going to... There, see? We've got that going in there, and it goes through whenever the door is opened. There, see? It drains out through. These guys in here are currently stuck because they can't dig that piece off. That's interesting, actually. They get stuck like that because they can't do the hard digging. And then they're there forever. Trapped. Like rats. Forever. Oh, we'll leave them be. They'll be fine. Now, how are we doing with the water? Water is starting to fill back up again. That is likely because, yes, we have done our digging over here. They've managed to dig that bit out just fine. There's one more little bit up there that they'll get to in a minute. But I've got lots of water has now come down through and drained off. That one is bolted shut. How has that emptied out completely? They can't get through up here anywhere. That was filled right up to there just now. And now the whole thing is emptied out completely. Like, they shouldn't have gone in there. That technically shouldn't have even been possible. They've gone up after that sleet week, I'll bet. There's still ice up here, so there's some water that can melt and come down. Unless I've lost atmosphere in here. I don't think so. I think that's like... I don't think I'm... There's vacuum in there. That's vacuum up there, but I don't think I'm against vacuum here anywhere. So in theory, I shouldn't have had anything break through. But I've got a whole load of water missing from in here, and which means that these thermo-aquatuners are going to end up overheating. I'm going to have too much steam in here, and they're going to overheat. This is a really, really bad thing. And I've got water here, and I've got the ice. So that, at least, you know, it's slowly melting, and I'm getting more liquid come in. So maybe, just maybe, that'll be enough to rectify the situation. But that shouldn't have happened. That should be staying completely sealed, and there should be enough water circulating in that area to keep it completely circulating without any changes. And there isn't. I've got heavy watt wire awaiting repair delivery on liquid pipe. Liquid shut off. Something's breaking here. I've got issues right here. And maybe I shouldn't have locked that one then. Maybe that's what I've done wrong. Auto. I'll put that back to auto, and we'll leave it on auto again. Because maybe that is what I did wrong. Maybe that was my error on that one. You're coming up in, and you switched that one back to auto, and then you're going in there, and that's allowing a little bit of steam to come out. And obviously this is turning this into steam until it pressurizes in here. So there's a lot of steam came out of there just in that very short amount of time. And that's potentially quite a bad thing, which is why I'm wondering if I should do a manual airlock on there and then get a pump pumping water and bring that all the way up a ladder and dump the water in up here. Because the temperature up there, I mean, temperature here is really high, but if I'm dropping water out up there and letting it run down through, maybe that will get enough water in here. Maybe that's what I need to do. Again, I need water supply. Like, I need water everywhere. This is now filling up quite nicely. We're very successfully filling this up with water now. So we're okay with that. We can allow the water to be filling up in there, and we can ignore that. You over here, you're idle. You'll be erupting soon. You in there, you're dormant. You'll be erupting. Next activity in... Wait, what? Erupts in 10 cycles. Volcano, next dormancy... Oh, it said something different there for a minute. Right, you know what? That one's absolutely fine. Water, I was talking about bringing more water in, but I'm not going to worry about that for a minute. I've got water that is draining down through here. I've drained some water out. We're still building this one on up. I've got suits in here that they can go and use, and I've got plenty of oxygen going in, so all the suits are being used. They're running through and they're letting all the water come out. And I mean, at the moment, everything's going well in here. It just takes them a little while to get up here and, you know, get to work on this bit. But that's absolutely fine. See, oh, they're also going through and cycling and picking up all of the algae and that we've got in there. But this... Now it's suddenly filled up with water again. It's... Oh, I see. It's cycling. It's actually... Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for a little while. We need to let the replicants rest. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And I am just going to drag out this farewell just a tiny little bit, just so that there is enough space and time on the screen to put up a couple lots of you absolutely wonderful supporters of the channel. You should be seeing some of your names coming up now. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.